Hey now, are we still bitching about Doge? That's all I hear is Elon Musk this and Elon Musk that. We didn't vote for him. Blah blah blah. All the false shit that they talk about. You know, Elon Musk didn't get elected. He didn't have to. He was appointed by the president for the executive branch, which people just still don't seem to get. How many times do you have to be told he doesn't have to be elected? Boy, oh boy. But, they're still finding waste and fraud, and people are protesting Tesla and Elon Musk, and, that's working out well. Oh, we're not buying Teslas. We're burning the charging stations and blah, blah, blah. So the very thing you support, which is electric vehicles, and the person who is the biggest electric vehicle salesman in the United States, you decide we're going to burn up his stuff. So what are you going to drive? You're the ones that want these electric cars. What are you driving? You going to drive an electric car from fucking Chevy or Dodge or whoever else makes electric vehicles, Mercedes-Benz? All these people that make electric vehicles, for some reason you bought Tesla because it was the first one, obviously. They're the ones that made all these other car companies go, fall rank and file. The Chevy Volt, which was a piece of shit, and they stopped making. What are you going to drive now? You going to drive a gas car? This should be interesting on what you're actually going to buy instead of a Tesla, just because you don't like Elon Musk. You're more worried about Elon Musk than what he's actually going after and finding waste in the government. That's a problem. And that's propaganda from the left. Sorry, it is. These people are telling you that Elon Musk is the problem and trying to get you away from the fraud and waste that they found. So when you're pissed off more at the person finding the waste than the actual waste itself, that's a problem. And that's on you. That's my opinion on the subject, because it doesn't make any sense to me how you're mad at the person finding all the waste and not bitching about the waste. You're bitching about people losing their jobs when they shouldn't have had a job there to begin with. It's like any business. If a business has too many employees and they start losing money or they're starting to hemorrhage money, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to shrink the workforce to try and get their profits back. Well, that's what they're doing here. They're shrinking the workforce that doesn't need to be there. You don't need 5 people doing the same job if it's a simple job. Okay? And if you can do that same job with 2 to 3 people instead of 5 to 10, what do you think is going to happen? So that's what's been going on. I know they're trying to get rid of the Department of Education, which I get to a certain point, because let's face it, the reading and math in this country is a fucking toilet tank. Okay? It's absolutely terrible. It's a dumpster fire rolling down the street. So yeah, I would give that money to the states and let them do, split it out with the states and do what they do. Also, the continuing resolution, it's the same one the Democrats passed last year, and now they're against their own shit. Make it make sense. Okay? They're telling you that we're going to shut down the government if they don't, help, if they don't work with us. Meanwhile, they did the same thing, but Republicans were going to shut down the government. So they said, okay, we'll sign off on it. But now that it's the other way around, Chuck Schumer and his fucking... He's the poster boy for term limits, okay? He folded like a house of cards saying he's going to vote for it now. Because he knows it's the same fucking bill. No one's cutting Medicaid. No one's cutting Medicare. No one's cutting anything. As much as they want to push that on you, they're not cutting it. Go look it up. It is, though, a continuing resolution until September. This way, with everything that Doge is doing and all the cuts that are there, they can now balance a budget. I forget when it is. July? I forget exactly when it is. Based on all those cuts. Because we're wasting a lot of money. And they don't like it. They don't like, don't you cut my programs? Well, if you don't need the fucking program, take a march. If we're spending too much on that program, we're going to cut it. And if there's fraud and waste in it, we're going to cut that too. For some reason, these people are against that. It blows my mind. How do you expect to get reelected? If you keep thinking that we're smarter than everybody else, you're not. You're not. People see what's going on, and you keep telling them, no, it's not going on. We can see it. It's the same thing you did with Joe Biden. There's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. We can see it. And now there may be criminal charges about the fucking AI signature. That's a problem. Because now we have to... everybody's been asking who's running the country the last 2 years of Biden's presidency. Because it wasn't him. It was not him. He didn't even know where the fuck he was. And he didn't know half the shit that he did sign, what he was signing. You got to get past this and start looking at it in a common sense way. There has to be something in your mind that clicks and goes, you know, something ain't right here. Instead of blindly saying, yes, no, Elon Musk is a problem. The problem is all the fraud and waste. And you're mad at the person finding it? Nah, there's something wrong with you people. Seriously, the TDS is strong with you. Anyway, you have a good day. Booyah.